All right, I've just heard some disturbing stuff that I pray to God is not true. Now, we know there was just some tragedy in Georgia at Appalachia High School. 4 people deceased from a 14-year-old that had access to an AR-15. Now, I was under the assumption at 13 when he first threatened to do this to a school, and the FBI and the, police came over and investigated and told the father to make sure your child does not get his hand on firearms, basically seeing what was going on in the kid's head. At first, I assumed that said child got access to his dad's guns. Now the story's coming out is that since that incident, his dad bought him an AR-15. I pray to God that isn't true. And if it is true, the same type of information, heard it from 2 sources, that the dad has already been arrested. Dad needs to be arrested, whether he bought it for him or not, or whether it was his AR-15 or not. But this is the big problem I have. Listen to these Republican lawmakers and their response to this, as usual, with the thoughts and prayers bullshit that I'm really sick of hearing. Check this out.
I don't know if there's much space to do more, but I'll certainly look and see.
I have to get over it. We have to move forward.
Is this the moment to reform gun laws?
You know, it's easy to go to politics.
But it's important. It's at the heart of the issue.
I get that that's where the media likes to go.
Well, it's not. It's where many of the people we've talked to here like to go.
Let's not get into politics.
I'm certain that politics will wave into everything, but right now I'm not focused on the politics of the situation.
The first thing in any kind of tragedy I do is, as I pray for the victims, pray for their families. I really get angry when I see people trying to politicize it for their own personal agenda.
Well, I mean, a lot of people use ARs and AKs for sporting purposes.
A video game industry that teaches young people to kill.
The idea of these video games to dehumanize individuals, to have a game of shooting individuals. And
then we have other Republican leaders that must have had this canned speech through 10, 20 years, which is what, 100, maybe more of these types of incidents with the mass pew-pew BS with some, majority happening with the AR-15. If you're not sure what that is, look on the lapel of the Republican lawmakers, because they replaced what used to be the American flag. They've replaced it with the AR-15, compliments of the NRA. Remember the NRA? That's the non-profit organization that gets a whole bunch of money from everybody, pays all the politicians to make guns #1 sellers in this world, because in this country, we need more guns than people. They're also the ones that, hook up with the Russian spies every now and then, but that's not the point. Listen to this bullshit.
I mentioned we have this terrible shooting in Georgia.
Right.
We're not going to fix it. Criminals are going to be criminals.
Do you think there's any role for Congress to play in reaction to this tragedy?
I don't see any real role that we could do other than mess things up, honestly.
Others.
Why only in America? Why is this American exceptionalism so awful?
I'm sorry you think American exceptionalism is awful.
I think this aspect of it.
You got your political agenda.
No, it's honestly,
God love you.
Senator, it's not. I just want to understand why you do not think that guns are the problem.
Why is this just an American problem?
All I gotta say is one simple thing. What's it gonna take for you to pull your heads out of your asses and do your freaking job?